I want to thank you, of course, in front of everybody, because these students, they helped us in organizing this conference. And we can't thank them enough. As TEFL Kuwait, as an organization, as educators, we are so, so proud of you. And because we wanted to give you a voice, we started this special interest group that's called the Student Interest Group. That's the first time I would say an educators group is promoting students side by side. So the reason why we started this group was we wanted them to be heard. We are always trying our best to train ourselves, to better ourselves, but how many times do we ever think, what is it that the students want from us? What is their perspective? And that is what gave us this idea that we should start this group. So we are so proud of you because you have come up with some real fantastic ideas. Yesterday, we had a session from Saud Janai, who talked about practical lessons that engage students. And today I have a panel from this group, and the topic is the changing face of education, students' perspective. So let me introduce you to this amazing group, my students. I'm so proud of you. Saida Haura Said, who is a computer programming student at Algonquin College. She took part in a hackathon at Gulf University out of passion and to advance her field. She wishes to complete her PhD studies in computer science. The strongest incentive for her to join TEFL Kuwait is that it allows her to achieve her objectives in life. Joining TEFL Kuwait is a step towards her goal of expanding her exposure to various learning opportunities and developing practical life skills. TEFL Kuwait would also give her the chance to communicate with proficiency. She has joined TEFL Kuwait as the leader to a very special interest group, the Students' Interest Group. Thank you so much, Haura. We're so proud of you. Yusuf Al-Nobe is the second panelist on this panel, who is a student at Algonquin College and majors in accounting. His primary objective is joining TEFL Kuwait is to demonstrate that education can be improved through video games, as majority of young people love video games. Through TEFL Kuwait, he wishes to share his vision with fellow colleagues and educators to bring a major change in education. During his studies, Yusuf is very passionate about learning new ways of acquiring knowledge and is passionate about learning new ways of communicating with others. Besides having a great love for gaming, he also enjoys playing online games with his friends. According to Yusuf, gaming not only aids in the improvement of language skills, but will also enable you to build skills as well as improve your focus. And thirdly, last but not the least, Mohammed Salah Al-Anezi, another student of mine, is a student at Algonquin College majoring in computer programming and currently taking his second semester. He successfully attended sessions in JAWS to become better in time management and getting a more focused mindset. That's what he believes. Right now, he is focusing on completing his diploma courses and graduating with a high GPA. His primary objective in joining TEFL is to get exposure to different learning experiences and develop skills for real life. TEFL Kuwait would also allow him to network with professionals and like-minded people. He envisions TEFL Kuwait growing into a very large organization. Thank you so much, Mohammed. That includes different nationalities from around the world with native and non-native English speakers. Thank you. We are so, so, so proud of you. Okay, and now is the time to speak out. Come on, the stage is all yours, all three of you. Yes. So there you go. One person can take charge for
Hello, as you may already know, my name is Mohammed. Let me start by giving a word of thanks to Mr. Rana for giving us the opportunity to be included in such a big organization. I really want to thank her, and also a word of thanks to all of you who attended this concept. Thank you. So our subject is about the changing pace of education. Let me start by asking you a question. When you hear this, what is the first idea that comes into your mind? Can you have your answer? Education. AI. Okay. I see. Anyone else?
People, they enjoy video games and you can hardly take them away from it.
Mm.
So to make it something beneficial and let the kids enjoy what they're doing because they love the video games. So when you just transfer it slightly to do something related to education, so they will enjoy it more, they will have fun and they will play at the same time.
That is what our presentation is about. So yes.
Arzu, you said?
Up-to-date, more lively education, more up-to-date education, non-traditional education.
I see. So anyone else? Learn. I see.
Yeah, make it into a game, like a challenge that you have to like kind of pass, and so
I see.
I learned that way. It's good.
That's good. So a couple of years ago, when I was in high school, actually, in the middle of a class, I just like put the teacher aside and literally just left the class going. And I don't know where my mind was. I thought, a question came to my mind. How much am I actually profiting from this? If I get out of school now, how much of what I learned can I apply into my real world? These questions started to come to my mind each day, a question after a question. And I didn't have an answer, so I started trying to connect these questions with whatever was in my actual life to get an answer. So instead of me actually putting effort, I thought that the teacher himself can change his way of teaching itself to make us students more comfortable with what he's giving us. Let me start by saying this. The teacher goes to the school with a supervisors. That is what that should happen for the teacher to first be registered in a school, in a specific school. The teacher has to go to school with supervisors to see if he got the necessary skills to teach today's students or not. Meaning that they can take him to classes just to see if he's actually suitable for classes or not. This will give will give the supervisors a vision of how, if this new teacher is capable of giving the curriculum, the rest of the curriculum, and putting it into the minds of the students correctly or not. As for the teacher, he has to love the subject. So, for example, if I am teaching math, I hate math. Right, Abdul I hate math. If I hate math, how am I going to put the idea of this specific lesson in the student's mind if I don't even know what I'm talking about, if I hate it or I just don't feel what I'm teaching? Also for the teacher, when he meets some students that have hard time in learning or hard time in just getting the information itself, what is required from the teacher, he must have patience, because not everyone is on the same level. In conclusion of what I just said, before the teacher starts educating the students about curriculum, a teacher is supposed to give and plant values in his students first. Because what is the point of a teacher who is the best in his career and the best in whatever he is teaching and doing, if he himself doesn't have a set of principles or ethics to pass on to his students, because his students will be the teachers of the future. That concludes my subject. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about how education can be improved by playing video games. Okay, so I'm going to start by saying this, and I want to ask you this. Are video games a waste of time? What do you say about this? Okay. Anyone else? Does anyone else want to answer? Okay, anyone else? Okay.
Hi, Yusuf. Okay, see, there are some games, yeah, okay, they waste your time, just saying, not the good game, okay, and there another game, it's a smart game. When you play, you can, your mind, you come little big and you understand the game, There are, really, yeah.
Your mind becomes big.
Not my mind, but you
You mean
how I,
you mean ideas, afkar?
yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Abdul Mohsen. Okay.
I'm gonna share my experience with you guys. I play video games all the time. For example, I play Assassin's Creed. Okay, it's based on history, so you can learn history. For example, I don't read books. Okay, I never heard of Charles Dickens. If I had him play Assassin's Creed, even though he's famous. So it depends on the game you play, mostly. So not all games are a waste of time.
Okay, so I'm going to continue. Can it help students today? Yes, it can. So to start off, I'm going to say fighting games, for an example. What can fighting games do to help students in studying? Fighting games can help students memorize by memorizing combos that can increase muscle memory. Now, what is muscle memory exactly? Let's say you have a math quiz. You studied the formulas and everything so much that your mind memorized it effortlessly. Like you don't need to put effort into memorize. Sorry about that. You don't need to put effort into memorizing the formula. Your hand will instantly type it. Next slide. So rhythm games. Rhythm games are basically games that use music and instruments. So how can this be applied to studying? So when you're in a class and you're looking at your teacher, you can't focus on multiple things. Like, okay, you're looking at the desk and then you're looking at your teacher. You're trying to focus on more than one thing. What rhythm games do, they give you a song and they give you an instrument. They want you to focus on both things. So if you can master those two things, it's going to be really easy to focus on more than one thing in class. Next slide, please. Those games. So a lot of people hate these types of games. Why? Because it makes people rage quit a lot. So, but it can be a good way for students. Why? Because when people play these games, no, this game is testing if you're a patient person or not. So when you're studying, you're trying to understand the information that you're getting, but sometimes you will get angry real quick that you will not be able to study well. This game gives you bosses with huge health bars to see, okay, can you beat this boss or not? If you can't beat this boss, it's just mean that you're not a patient person. So you have to give time to study. Next slide. So creative games. I put Minecraft because it's a really good game to explore the creative ideas in your mind. So exploring your creativity, how can this game make you explore your creativity? They basically put you in a world where you either have to survive in the wild or you can create your own world to see how creative you are. And you can even find new ways, not by this game, but you can explore your creative ways on how to teach students in the future. Next slide, please. Okay, so online games. This is personally my favorite part. So online games. Online games can improve communication. And what did online games did? It actually helped me a lot. I wouldn't be standing here talking to all of you if it weren't for online games. And I improved my English by playing video games, even strategizing. There are type of games that you can use to improve your strategizing ability. Like when you're in a group project, like you can help each other. Next slide, please. Thank you so much. And game over.
Mathematics, as we all know, is one of the most significant subjects that will help us in our daily lives. Without mathematics, in addition to being unable to sell or pay, to buy and sell, we're also unable to change our mental processes. Moreover, every student has to be capable of understanding the concepts covered in math, as it can be memorized like other subjects. By solving mathematical problems, mathematics enables us to improve our mental complete or start from the...
No, it's all right, you have time.
Okay. By solving mathematical problems, mathematics enables us to improve our mental abilities, creativity, and logical thinking. Good morning, everyone. My name is Hawra, and today I'm going to tell you the best ways in mathematics that will help students to improve their understanding. The first way is to give the importance to preparation. Preparation before the class is one of the most effective strategies to ensure that students learn the material. If the student is well prepared, he or she will enter the class with understanding around 40 to 50% of the material, and will end the class with understanding everything. The second way is that mathematical problems can be solved in many ways. Because not all students have the same level of intelligence and understanding, the teacher must try to find the most effective method of solution and try to use the best and easiest ways. The teacher needs to understand each student's strengths and weaknesses to make the class more successful. The third and last one is visual representation. Visual representation is the key to helping students understand mathematical problems. It will improve their abilities and their skills to bring in a lot of visual elements such as graphs, tables, and diagrams, and much more. And that will help them to understand the concepts better. In conclusion, I would like to stress that math is so crucial in our lives. So I think it's important for everyone to develop their math skills. You will never know when you might need them. Thank you.
Strana, you like putting me in problems, miss.
Why? You said
know,
so
sorry.
that I'm going to begin, miss, and I'm going to conclude. I'm putting
Did
you
I
in the
say
right
this, Yusuf?
place. To sum it up, Mohammed, what exactly are you talking about, all of you?
So what I wanted, is there a voice? What I wanted to say is that before we end our session, I want to say thank you everyone for being here. I wouldn't be standing here if it weren't for you. Thank you so much for being good listeners. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And I hope our vision on how education can be improved has reached you. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. No, of course, everybody would like to have some questions. All three of you come on the stage, please.
I have a question.
So, Dr. Poom has a question. Please.
I wish this question were for Haura, but I don't think there's anything I can do to improve my mathematical skills. But I do have a question for the video gaming. I have never, ever played a video game. And I'm afraid to start playing video games because I have such a Netflix problem. I'm afraid if I really like video games, I'll never get any more sleep or get any work done. But my question is, what would you recommend for me, someone who has never played video games? What if I wanted to start playing video games? Give me a recommendation, please, of a game.
Okay, that's a great question. So if you want to start playing video games, you can just play, let's say, story games. You don't have to do a lot. You don't even need to create ideas in your head. Story games, you said you have a bad addiction to Netflix, right?
Right.
Okay, so you can play story games. At least you're being more educated. You're learning information. You're not just sitting and watching a show just like this. Okay, you're enjoying your time, but are you learning something? No. So there are games that can make you learn things, like story games, for an example.
Can you give me a name of a story game? Or
Okay.
do I just Google story games for old people?
So, so video games. So video games.
So
I can say-
Assassin's Creed is not a story game, right? That's a,
Well,
fighting
it's
game.
an action game, but there is a story.
okay.
But for a story game, let's say, okay, let's
Sorry.
say,
Oh, The Last of Us. Yeah, I'm watching.
You have
that
The
on
Last of Us?
Netflix. Okay.
so you know what it is. It's basically a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I don't know how that can educate you, but at least it's something good.
Okay. Yeah, survival of the zombie apocalypse.
Any other questions? For me or anyone else?
Any of you, but again, about video games, how do you think, or can you just give me an example where you think that video games help you with learning English, like in terms of vocabulary, in terms of anything? Yani, if I would like to encourage my students to use video games, what skills can I draw their attention to that video games can improve?
Okay. Let me tell you about my experience growing up on how I learned English. So I just said by playing video.
Really, you love English. Thank you. Go ahead.
So when I was maybe, let's say, I think third grade, I really hated English.
Thank
But
you
then
again.
my oldest wait. But then my oldest brother, he introduced me to video games, like a lot of video games. He said, try playing this. So basically, if you want to learn English through video games give you tutorials. Any video game in the world gives you a tutorial, right? Okay, so when they give you a tutorial, you have to see. Okay, even if you read what's written, you will not understand it. But watch the screen, see what's going on. The game will tell you, like they will not leave you. And for another example, talk to people online. In 6th grade, I started talking to people from outside Kuwait, everywhere. And that helped me improve my English. And when I say something wrong, they tell me, that's wrong, that's not right. That's how I improved my English, by video games. So if you want to give your students a good way to learn English, just tell them speak to people who are not from Kuwait.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Actually, I got this idea from a student of mine who's trying to hide from me now. I can see him hiding. You can't hide, Hamid. So he's the first one who first introduced me to this concept that video gaming can actually help you improve your English. So he had good English in an average class of 4 or 5 students, and I said, you come from a public school, how do you speak such good English? And then he told me, I would like you to share your experience. Hamid, come on, this is your day. How did you learn from video games?
Okay, I learned from in the beginning. I started to play maybe on my iPad. It's a car game. It's racing, a kind of game. So I started to talk to people in English, but my English was very bad. So as Yusuf said, the people when they saw me, my spellings are wrong and it was very bad. So it's kind of teach me how to spell, how to speak, even when I speak to people online. I remember I was playing Red Dead Redemption. So we have to speak to each other and online. So I remember when I started to speak for the first time, it's kind of encouraged me to speak to people, and it's okay if my English is bad. So this is yeah, encouraged me to learn. Yeah.
Sharing this thoughts. Excellent, excellent. Anyone else? And Hussein? Like to share something?
Yes, I learned English from video games. I play online video games. I usually play role-playing video games where I have to interact with native English-speaking people, and I started learning English from them. I actually skipped my foundation in my college from English. I had a horrible education in public school, so I was totally dependent on video games. My whole English vocabulary came from video games. Speak full conversation. We're talking to each other. We're role playing. We're yeah, I used to role play as an Italian mafia guy. So I had fun. So. Mhm.
Fall 2022, we had the largest batch of program, and all of them play video games, and they are all excellent students. You wouldn't believe they're all excellent. So this shows that there needs to be some research done in this field. I'm sure there's a lot of research being done, but this calls for, yeah. Abdul Mohsin, you say something? What are you saying?
Calm down, Abdul Mohsin. Don't be a
Yeah.
coward.
Okay. Would you like to say something? Round up? We're about to have, this is time for tea. I think we can carry on this conversation with what tea and coffee, because it's time for tea and coffee, because 11:15 we start our featured sessions. So let us continue the conversation. Excellent presentation. Everybody, please give them a big round of applause. Well done. I'm so happy. Can you take a picture? It's all right. It's all right. Go on. Oh, I am so proud of them. Do I need to say that? Can everybody quickly come? All my students, please. All my students, please. Everybody, jump up. Come on. Everybody. Abdul Mohsin, come on, quick. Run. Everybody on the stage. Everybody. Such an excellent presentation, believe me. I didn't expect, mashallah, you guys did such an amazing job. Oh my God. Unbelievable, isn't it? They did such a wonderful job. Okay. Yes. Come on. Yeah. Yes. And Yusuf, squeeze in.
And I say Chinese or cheese. Hadith.
Hadith?
Yes, Hadith.
Hadith.
I know.
That's right. Okay. He's the tallest one. Come on, come further. Yes.
Is that ready?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
No, break. Let's go a break. And continue. Thank you.